The 400-meter dash is the toughest race in track and field, as no other race offers nearly as much pain and agony. Even top quarter-milers go through hell on the way to the finish line and long after they cross it. It's the intensity of self-inflicted torture during the race that makes it the most feared event in athletics. Still, it's widely believed that the best way to run the 400 meters is to attack the first 50 meters very aggressively in order to take full advantage of the anaerobic lactic energy system. Even the greatest 400-meter runner of all time accepted that.
You want to get out of the blocks as if you're running the 100 meters or 200 meters, which is really hard for a 400-meter runner to get that through their head and to get comfortable with that. And it wasn't until I really got comfortable with really aggressively getting out of the blocks and up to speed that I was able to break the world record.
Fortunately, Michael Johnson did the opposite in real races. Ironically, he was able to break the world record only when he made the least aggressive acceleration in his professional career to pass the first 60 meters in 7.13 seconds. How aggressive does this time seem to you, considering his personal best in the 100 meters was 10.09 seconds? There's no doubt Johnson truly believed that he had to go out very aggressively, but his body simply didn't obey harmful commands. Wade Van Niekerk also advocates a very aggressive start of the race. However, during his world record performance in Rio, he covered the first 60 meters in 6.97, which for a sub-10-second sprinter is like a jog in the park. As we can see, the two fastest men in history ran the first 50 meters effortlessly and relaxed, not even close to their maximum acceleration. So the facts don't fit the theory that a sprinter should go out as aggressively for the 400 as for the 100 meters. Otherwise, we'd regularly see the splits in the first 60-meter segment of 6.7 or faster. Therefore, we can safely throw out the theory because no one ever begins the race so fast. On the contrary, smooth, gradual, and very patient acceleration is the first step to success in the long sprint because the initial acceleration is extremely energy-consuming, no matter whether you're running, driving a car, or flying a rocket. The only difference is that the human body has a very limited amount of energy, so it's very easy to deplete it too soon. It has long been observed that a slower start is directly related to a faster finish. The problem is that strong finishers often fail to catch fast starters. That's usually a strong argument against a gentle acceleration out of the blocks. But allow us to retort. In 1988, aiming to break the 20-year-old world record, Butch Reynolds had given thought to running at altitude, but confident in his strength, passed in favor of low altitude of Zurich. Yet as he walked to the track on race day, all that confidence evaporated. He felt weak and drained in the blocks. As the gun went off, he made the slowest acceleration of any world-class sprinter known to date, going through 60 meters in 7.3. Reynolds was so much behind that he looked out of the race. But he didn't panic. After reaching a cruising speed of 10 meters per second and having super fresh legs as if he just started, he maintained a steady pace of 5 seconds for each following 50-meter segment. To hit the 200 meters in 21.4, it's worth noting that even today, world-class sprinters have very similar race distribution up to this point, except that they cover the first 50 meters 0.3 of a second faster, and that's exactly what makes a huge difference in the later stages of the race. Going into the home stretch, it looked like a typical 400-meter race. However, thanks to extremely energy-efficient acceleration in the first 50, Reynolds cut loose as no quarter-miler has ever done to this day. While the field stiffened, strained, and goggled, he blasted away like he had taken a shortcut. Unfortunately, Reynolds really didn't understand how to run fast. He didn't know why he had run fast when he did, and he didn't understand race strategy at all. He would employ different race strategies throughout the season, and so each race was different. This cost him the gold medal at the Olympic Games in Seoul. In the 400-meter final, Reynolds did the same economical acceleration with a split of 11.29 for the first 100, and coming onto the backstraight, he decided to save some more energy for the final kick. And that's where he got it all wrong. When the race pace is set, it's all about holding on, because once the speed drops, it's impossible to pick it up. Thus, he was losing time, rather than saving energy. The point is that he used the same amount of energy to run slower, plus he lost a lot of momentum. Consequently, he entered the second bend at slower speed and produced a slower overall time. Another way to put it is that you can run a slower split time but get a lot more tired. So running slower doesn't necessarily mean using less energy. That is a very common mistake for both 400 and 800 meter runners. They go out very hard through the first 200 meters and then suddenly start jogging, thus devaluing the initial acceleration. What's the point of getting out so fast then? Since no one can sprint the whole time, it's absolutely vital to find time for small breaks to rest during the race, and high-performing athletes always do, but not at the expense of slowing down.
At 50 meters, I may take a literally 3 meters to 4 meters, about 3 steps to 4 steps, maybe 5 steps, relaxation, just a bit, only for that amount of time, and then it's back at it.
According to the speed graph provided by Intel Technology from the 400-meter Olympic final in Tokyo, Stephen Gardner switched twice between sprinting and floating on the final straight. Imagine that one of the guys with great top-end speed can put everything together in a perfect race. What time do you see?